Welcome back, dear viewers. And I gotta thank the production team for having that report. Honestly, mashallah, I didn't know we have that so close by in Saudi Arabia. Those islands look beautiful. With that being said, on Good Morning Kuwait, we have our segments where we bring amazing guests here. And to start off, in a world where innovation is accelerating and scientific research is becoming the key to the future of medicine, the name Dr. Mohammad Alansary stands out as one of the promising figures who successfully combines academic knowledge with the true spirit of innovation. Our guest today is a Kuwaiti researcher and inventor who has made a mark on international scientific platforms, presenting innovations with real-world applications in the medical field. It is a journey shaped by challenges, ideas, and remarkable achievements. That introduction out of the way, I do want to welcome you, Dr. Mohammad Alansary, for being our guest here.
Thank you very much for hosting me.
Thank you. So for a lot of the viewers who are maybe a little bit unaware of your expertise of field, can you just give us a basic education on your field of expertise?
I'm an academic in Kuwait University Faculty of Medicine. I've got both my bachelor, master in Kuwait University. I do research in the medical field, as mentioned. And probably I'm known with the invention of VT treatment or the vitiligo treatment as a topical treatment. It was my first patent, yeah.
MashaAllah. And at being at such a very, I would say, unique kind of field, what made you choose this path and stay true to it?
Yeah, I'm a vitiligo patient.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, that's why I probably thought of doing this research, because most of the treatment wasn't working with me. Vitiligo is a chronic condition.
Yeah.
And best way to define it is just showing my hand. It was
right.
a discoloration of the skin. I used to have more than 70% of my body all in white patches. Now I got treated. And mostly it's from the treatment itself. It's from the research that we have done that results in having this treatment now distributed globally.
It is. I remember one of my cousins, when we were kids, he used to have vitiligo. And then they recommended him that he goes to a certain beach, I think it was in Egypt, where there's a lot of salt concentration. So I'm not sure about the true and that, but I don't know.
Maybe it's a different condition, because vitiligo needs phototherapy for treatment.
Yeah.
And also sometimes it needs an additional to the phototherapy, some topical treatments, immunosuppressant and other drug-enhanced phototherapy, which means a drug that enhances more the damaging effect of the phototherapy in order to have a pigmentation. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
no, I don't know. This is just talking about memories from like 20, 25 years ago. But I do want to ask you, what made you focus on not just studying in the field and knowing more about it, but actually being innovator within it?
This is the kind of two different things. Some research is just for having an information, a curiosity-driven and publication. When we find out a specific rule on the cell or specific function of a protein that is published. But innovation is when your idea of research is translated to a product, and it should be either a new product or service or a better than the existing one. So when I knew that it is possible that, and we need that, most of our research in Kuwait University is like a research that would result in a publication, not to a product that's in the market. But when I knew it's possible, then I seek to help myself and others with, for example, with this condition. So this is, I think, the thing that drove me to take this path.
And I think that's a very noble cause, right? Whenever you see someone who goes after a cause, that comes from a place of true, believability in that I'm trying to change this because I've suffered it. You know it more than a lot of people who are studying from the outside. But is your research now exclusively on vertigo, or have you changed it to other departments once you got into the field?
No, I'm interested in protein purification because in drug discovery also part of it is to purify a biomolecule So this is what I did in my PhD. I purified a small HF protein from tardigrade. It's the same family of, we call it alpha crystallins, the same family that makes the islands very clear, just to make it very simple. So I do both of this research.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned your PhD because, it's my understanding that you studied abroad. And has your studying outside of Kuwait, changed your perspective on how you approach a lot of these scientific, matters you tackle?
A lot, a lot. It's a milestone to achieve. Part of my training, where my supervisor sent me to have a training in GSK. It's a very big pharmaceutical company, and I think I wouldn't be having the chance to do such training if I took my PhD, for example, in Kuwait. The culture is different. Yeah. The education culture is different. I mean, also I've got the chance to get an additional training for entrepreneurship in a program called Conception X. So I think it's a lot of the achievement we have today is from both having encouragement from Kuwait University and the institutions and university in England and UK.
MashaAllah. And I do love how you brought, or how your experience, outside shaped the way you tackle things here, because it gives you the lens of both worlds, right? The world of here and the world of outside. Now, I do want to ask you about something. Innovation, comes from the word that is something rather new, unique, it brings something new to the table. So can you, elaborate to us, about your innovation specifically within this field?
Yeah, well, when I'm talking about VT treatment, there are other innovations that we helped to bring to the market. But when I'm talking about the treatment, that helped me recover most of my vitiligo. Still, it's not 100% cure, but it's one of the best. And when we are discussing this matter about how new or different from the current medication, the medication that we had as a phototherapy medication, where the light, I have to define it in order to explain the differences. So when we use phototherapy as a treatment, it's either UVA or UVB, narrowband UVB. It's a specific wavelength that will stimulate the cells to generate more color. So under the skin there is a type of cells called melanocyte, and they produce the color. And sometimes the phototherapy is not enough, so they would combine it with a chemical that will enhance or make the phototherapy better. But it will cause irritation, it will cause skin dryness, and our treatment is the only treatment that combines both UVA and UVB for a drug-enhanced phototherapy. So the previous treatments only use UVA as a drug-enhanced phototherapy, as a chemical. But what we call the excitation emission wavelength is in both UVA and UVB in our patented treatment. Second treatment, or the method, is the only treatment that currently exists that tackles something called peroxynitrate scavenging activity. Very significantly, it's like an antioxidant specific, and it's more skin regeneration effect. So we did both treatments, and this is how they are different from the other treatments in the market.
Okay. So, for me, who's very much a simpleton, it's basically, you're saying that before it was like we've had one guard against this kind of thing, but now with your treatment, it's like two guards are combined into one.
They combine two, and the second one is not specifically for vitiligo, it's generally for the skin. It helped also burn skin, regaining the color back. And sometimes when the burn conditions is a second degree, we have what's called post-burn leukoderma. And it's also a treatment for that. It's a treatment that will enhance the blood circulation instantly. You can see that with an instant effect. There is an erythema on the skin.
Now, when it comes to the treatment itself, is it any different to the patient, or is it the same kind of, things they're used to?
It varies, because vitiligo is a multigenetic, multifactorial disorder. So some patient would not respond, and some patient would even respond better than me with 100% recovery.
Right. Now, you've actually accomplished a lot of things, and you've actually won a lot of awards, and I am going to read them from here because I don't want to mess them up. You've received major international awards, like from the Durham University Illuminate Award, the UK First High Growth Award, and recognition from the World Intellectual Property Organization. Now, can you talk us a lot about what all of this mean to you?
Well, it adds credibility to the product and the research itself. It wasn't something easy to achieve. So most of the work happened or done in Kuwait University, but the other part of the work was done in the UK.
Yeah.
So this is how they got to recognize, and I've been nominated in the other awards that and after we have also been sponsored to start the Kuwaiti factory in UK, in England. We were able to help others also achieve their ideas or promote their ideas to be a product in the market. And this is how we achieve this. I wouldn't say it's myself.
Yeah.
It's a group.
It's a group.
Yeah, it's a group work. Yeah.
And also, you have won gold medals at expeditions as well.
2 gold medals with a
mashallah.
compliment of the jury in the International Invention Fair. Yeah, I mean, in Kuwait, most of the gold medals we find from the Kesar Kuwait Institution of Research, because most of their research is innovative, patented research. So, yeah, in Kuwait, we have the opportunities to the environment to do either the innovative research or just the basic science research.
MashaAllah. And then when it comes to the research itself, what would you say some of the biggest challenges you face or obstacles you face along the path?
Was having, when we find something, when we make a scientific discovery that it can be an invention or innovative, the challenge that we face is where to manufacture, or where to go through the legal process and to have a product that's actually in the market. We don't have this challenge anymore because now we can have this to be manufactured with the facility that we have in England. And it's open not only for universities, it's also for the public.
Oh, mashallah. Now, they say, when you're talking about a lot of experiments, I believe, one of the scientists, there's a very famous quote that I didn't fail 99 times. It took me 99 tries to get the one time. So how many, would say a lot of, I wouldn't say failures, because failure in scientific terms is not, because you just try new things. But how many tries did it take
Trials
you?
and errors.
Yeah.
You have to love the field
Right.
in order to have this endurance to repeat. I don't think that any scientist can count how many times
Mashallah.
their experiment can fail. It took years of trials and error until you find
Mashallah.
sometimes you find something else that's not related. I was doing research on the islands of a crystalline and ended up purifying tardigrades, which is a completely different creature. Sometimes research, like with vitiligo research, another example, I was thinking of having a new product to work with the phototherapy, and we also ended up of having another product that's for skin regeneration that can be used by anyone.
Mashallah.
So sometimes these failures can take you to different avenues, different routes.
It is. And now, because I don't know the ins and outs of this kind of field, this comes out of curiosity, is that when you said it took you years after multiple tries, how do you see the end of the tunnel, when let's say you're like 2 or 3 years before reaching it? Like, what keeps you motivated on that track that tells you, no, I'm on the right track?
Well, this is what science is about. They trained us to do research, and the research can, the interest can shift, and you can try new things. If you see others' success or the success that you've achieved, that's what keeps you ongoing. And I can see that in Kuwait we have many institutions. There's a chance of many collaboration or exploring new avenues. I think this is what makes me to continue in the research field and try to explore new opportunities.
MashaAllah, I think I can, speak on all of our behalf and say we're glad that you stuck with it, right? Because obviously you've made a lot of great things about it. Speaking of which, you were also selected into the Conception X program. Can you talk us about that a little bit?
Yeah, the Conception X program is one of the sponsored program. They funded with more than £200 million to select scientists from top 40 universities. And I'm glad that Kuwait University, they always select the best university for scholarship. And it's a 9-month training program where they would create venture scientists that will also focus to be an entrepreneur, train to be an entrepreneur. And I think this is was one of the main contribution to the research facility and the factory that is owned now by Kuwait in England to help drive research and Kuwaiti innovation abroad.
Yeah.
And it's also for the locals there, of course.
MashaAllah. Now, we've spoken, a little bit about your road here, but let's talk about the road after here. Like, what kind of things are you researching, let's say, next or in the future, or are you planning to do?
Well, because we don't have enough of innovative, I think, my opinion, if you screen through the research we have in Kuwait, most of the research is basic science, which is very important, of course. But we really have few research that's focused on innovation. Kuwait scores in the 70s in the Global Innovation Index, and I think we need to work harder to get it in a better score by producing more innovative research and innovative product to the market.
It is. Now, I do want to tell you that, thank you for being here on Good Morning Kuwait, but I do want to give you the platform to, if you have any last words you'd like to say or address or anything, the stage is all yours for now.
Thank you very much for hosting me, and the services that is given to the public in Kuwait University or Abdullah Salim University is free. We can always encourage you to come to the university if you have an idea. If you want to have an innovative product, the scientist is always there for help.
I think that's a very beautiful way to wrap this. The scientists are always there to help. That being said, I do want to thank you, Dr.
Thank you very much.
For being here today and taking time out of your day to talk us and educate us a lot about a lot of these things we don't know about. So thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, dear viewers. Of course, another thank you goes to Dr.Mohammad Alansary, Academic Kuwait University Faculty of Medicine. Now, on Good Morning Kuwait, we have our sections of reports, which is where we are going to go next, a nearby destination known for its stunning nature and diversity. Georgia has become a preferred choice for many travelers in recent years. It is a country that brings together green mountains, historic cities, and diverse travel experiences. So now, how about we take you on a quick tour of its top attractions?